What's up, YouTube? This is Two Raw 4 TV. Something is being debated on Fox Sports' First Things First. One of the voters voted yesterday in the award, giving out the award, the Larry Bird Eastern Conference MVP award. One of the voters voted for Jimmy Butler. So this brings up the question: when you look at Jimmy Butler's overall um, playoff series against the Boston Celtics, should he have won the award? And in my opinion, I have to say no. I'd have to say no, and I'll tell you why. And I thought Chris Broussard brought up some good points when he was debating about it with Nick Wright, who thinks he knows every goddamn thing. Um, you look at Butler. Now, we're thinking about some of the great performances he's had in these playoffs. And as a totality in these playoffs, he's been remarkably consistent considering his past. Um, there's been the occasional bad game. There's been the occasional game where he looked uh, very passive and not really engaged offensively. I guess you could chalk it up to injury, the niche situation, but you know. But for the for the conference finals, Jimmy Butler averaged 25.6 points, 7 rebounds, 3.4 assists, 2 steals, um, 0.7 blocks, 48% shooting from the floor overall. So that's very efficient. Uh, 29% from downtown. Jim Butler's not noted for being a three-point shooter. He was a better one earlier on in his career. As he's gotten older, he's gotten worse. But 89% for the foul line. Now, this is my thing. Obviously, if the Miami Heat won, he's the unanimous MVP for Larry Bird Award. I think what hurts him is he did have two really bad games in this series. Two really bad games. And secondly, when you look at his overall numbers, despite the fact in our head we have Jimmy Butler dominating the series, his numbers are not that much better than Jason Tatum. Now, had Jimmy Butler, say, averaged 34 points per game in this series, um, even in the game, say, when he was subpar, he still had 22, 23 points. Um, let's say you could say that he wasn't the primary reason why they didn't win some games because he didn't bring it. Even though you have to argue, well, other guys should be getting involved. Then you also have the factor that Tyler Hero has been a bust in these playoffs and has missed games. That's a factor as well. I think all in all, I can't really make a great argument that Jimmy Butler should have won this award. See, the difference between this series and 1969, the MVP award in '69, when Jerry West won it over, say, somebody like Bill Russell or Havlicek or Sam Jones, the difference was Jerry West, you could argue, single-handedly won. My memory is correct. He was a big factor in at least three of those wins. That would be all three wins for the Lakers. And you also got to look at the fact that most of those games, Jerry West either was huge or even in his worst games, he was aggressive offensively. And the series went down to the wire as well. So you have a very, very close series. Jerry West plays very well, especially early on in that series. But even throughout the series, I think game seven, I can't remember off the top of my head how many points he had in game seven, but I think it was like 30 something. So because of his level of play, consistent high level play, and the closest of the series, they gave it to Jerry West. Now, I want to throw this out there as well. We are talking about 1969. Was there a sympathy factor for Jerry West because of the fact that the Boston Celtics have won all these damn rings, all these damn championships, and they just want to give Jerry West something? And I'm not necessarily saying it's a racial component, but I'm just remember this is 1969, so it is what it is. Maybe it was a sympathy factor. Hey, let's give Jerry West something, you know. But I think they got it right. I think they got it right giving it to Jason Tatum. Tell me what you guys think.